On a busy street in a small town in South Carolina sits an entire abandoned complex, and today we are taking a look inside the bowling alley in the corner where an all-out tragedy took place. And as you can see, not only is the bowling alley fallen into despair. On February 8th, 1968, 3 individuals would have their lives taken from them at the hands of the police. It all started with 200 people peacefully protesting against racial segregation at the bowling alley. All these students wanted was to be treated equally and enjoy doing things like bowling. And that night, they marched from the bowling alley to the college campus, standing up for what they believe in. But that's when things went very wrong. Once they reached the campus, highway patrol officers opened fire on the 200 protesters, injuring 28 and killing 3. In what was one of the most violent incidents involving the civil rights movement. Today there's a monument honoring those who passed away that fatal night. Samuel Hammond Jr., Delano Middleton, and Henry Smith will never be forgotten. As far as the bowling alley goes, it officially closed in 2007 and has been left as a complete time capsule ever since. So join me and let's see what's inside. How's everyone doing today? It is BigBankz and we're back again for another exploration. We are in a small town in the south at a very historical abandoned bowling alley. So this place has a pretty dark history. In 1968, African American people were not allowed to bowl in this bowling alley. So they decided to have a protest here. This protest actually led about 5 blocks to the college campus. But since it started here with this bowling alley, it kind of shut everything down. They reopened later on. But what happened when they went to those 5 blocks to the campus is police were called and an all-out massacre took place. 3 people ended up losing their lives and 28 people were injured. This place has just been kind of gone downhill ever since then, 1968. Apparently was open about 15 years ago, but it still has that 1960s, 70s feel to it in here. We are right here inside, and this place is an absolute time capsule. We'll get into more history as we go throughout the video, so you're going to want to stick along. I am with my friend Explomo today from the Netherlands. Let's get right into this video, and let's see what's left behind here. Guys, so I just want to begin right here at the front door where everybody else would enter. This is what you're first going to see when you walk into this place. Blue and black checkered floors. Your leagues forming, your sign-up desk so you can sign up for any type of league you want to be in. And throughout this place, you're going to see some champion bowlers that have been in this place and some pretty well-known people in the town. See, this is from March 4th, 2003. So that's at least the last date that we see in here, 2003. But still, when I look at it, I'm getting more of that 60s, 70s vibe, especially with the flooring. But look at this stuff that's still here. The bowling pins, more bowling balls down here. Now I must say, we did get permission for this location. The owner let us in, and he's letting us film a little documentary of this place. Just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. They are going to start reserving this place. Yeah. The ceiling is going to be the first thing that they fix. Has a lot of kind of water damage, and then they're going to start restoring everything down with the lanes. So we are getting to see this place before it becomes new again. Hopefully we'll get to see it whenever it is reopened. Maybe we'll come play a few games. We go behind the counter. This is where normal people don't really get to go.
So strange, I thought even a billiard stick.
Oh yeah, they normally in bowling alleys, probably like on this area or in that room. Or probably in that big opening over there, there would be a pool table, maybe even multiple pool tables, and other type of little games people could play besides bowling.
Yeah.
Arcade machines, things like that. All the way to size 15. Just a little bigger than my feet. Mine's a 14. But they have every single one of them here. What size would you wear in American?
Yeah, I was thinking actually, bro, but I think I got like an 8.5 or 9 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure.
What was my size in centimeters? 49 and a half?
Yeah, 49. That's huge. Like, I don't know anybody with size 49 European. Like,
so there's 2 different stands right here. This is, I'm assuming, where you could purchase bowling pins and things like that. Look, there's a special Brunswick Target Zone ball and bag and shoes for $109.95. So I'm assuming you get one of these nice bowling balls, some shoes, and a bag for all that price. Is this picture for sale? $2.37. It's just this guy. What? This is just amazing. The first bowling alley that we have seen on this channel, and it's sad, the story behind this, you know, it involves civil rights and everything like that, and it's crazy, you know, back in the day that African American people couldn't even go bowling, and it turned into just this all-out war in this town. But thankfully today they have a monument set up, and it wasn't long ago that they revealed this monument in town over by the campus to remember the people that lost their lives in this tragic event. But to see everything still left here is quite amazing. So this must have been the main office. A lot of paperwork. Newly remodeled snack bar. So this must have been maybe some plans for what they wanted to do with the place. 76 students and staff members to bowl one each game. Wow, 2007. So there's another new date for you. Some office supplies, things like that. I don't know what would have been in this. Looks like something that would hold some money. But we're still at the entrance. I don't know what this is for. Pro Plug Mix Match Color Kit. What would this color though? If any of my bowling people do know what this is, please let me know. Right here it looks like we have the janitor's closet. All the supplies are still here. Some bowling shoes have been left in here. Some paint. You know, your basic cleaning supplies. But the amount of bowling shoes, so this brand, Dexter, must have been where they all came from. But they look, I mean, I'm sure that's maybe the biggest brand for bowling shoes out there right now. And then again, we come right here and we still see all these bowling shoes here. And it even works around this corner. This is where you would pay for your games. And the control panel to set up which lane that you would get to use. So we have one. Maybe there were screens at one point. That would be crazy if they all turned on. I bet you, because there was seating down there, you can tell where they kind of took the seating out that was over by it. There was probably a little bit of a screen there to tell you your scores, things like that. There might have even been monitors hanging down from the ceiling at one point, just judging by other bowling alleys I've been in. But here's the smaller sizes of the shoes. And then we get right over here to the little toddlers shoes that are all just in this box. All the way down to a size 1 right there too. And I'm assuming this played music or sound effects. Yeah, this was like the DJ. This is a record player. Duquesne. I've never seen one like that, but that's pretty cool. Imagine them using this in like 2007. Oh, clipboards. There's even some cameras up there too. Here's a nice bowling ball. I'm trying to see what like weight they are. I can't really tell. Definitely a little bit heavier one right here. Looks like the brand is Brunswick too. Leagues forming, sign up at desk. 2003, not responsible for plastic balls. All bowlers must wear socks and bowling shoes. We come to this side. This might have been where the snack bar was, which I do believe. There was some sort of counter right here, cabinetry, something to plug up right there. So this was definitely where they sold popcorn, where they sold candy, where they sold drinks, all that stuff right here. A lot of it's been removed. And back here is where all of the lines for the soda machine would have came through for your Dr. Pepper, your Coca-Cola, Sprite, whatever they had back in the day, obviously up to 2007. So that would all be back here. It would run through there, and there would be the Coke machine and all your snacks, your Snickers, your popcorn. I don't know if you had popcorn at a bowling alley, but definitely your candies. Chemical hand dishwashing. Pre-scrape, wash, rinse, sanitize, and air dry. Maybe they probably cooked corn dogs or hot dogs back here as well, maybe even hamburgers. A lot of bowling alleys do things like that too. And here's your cash register. It does not open anymore. But look at that. Definitely a little older. And now we get to the main area of the bowling alley. So they have different bowling balls for different people that want to use heavier, lighter, you know, kids will obviously use the lighter ones. These ones probably, they're not that heavy. So these are probably for more kids, maybe even teenagers. What do you think?
They're still pretty heavy.
Yeah, they're kind of heavy.
Have you seen this? This one is broken, I believe.
Oh, it is. It is cracked.
Of like a bowling ball. It's cracked, like.
Is it fully cracked, like all the way around?
I don't know. Like, it might even fall outside of its shape if I lift it up, but you see, like, it has cracks. But it's still like.
It's still held together.
Yeah.
Probably the core, you know.
Probably.
They're not that heavy, so maybe these are more for like teenagers,
Yeah,
intermediate.
Thunderbolt. You see this one, the Thunderbolt Power Core. That's probably a heavy one.
It is kind of heavy.
Yeah, it looks heavy.
Yeah, that one's
Definitely one for the adults.
that one's definitely heavier.
It's a Thunderbolt Power Core, bro, of course.
But usually there will be sections where there's lighter ones, heavier ones, for all different types of people. I wonder if they had the helpers for the little kids. What they would do is
I know.
Yeah.
Used them too.
Yeah, the metal stand, the slider, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you they did at one point. Here's some more bowling balls. This one's really cool. I love this, like, sunburnt cherry. I don't know, like on a guitar, this would be like a sunburst. That's pretty cool. Handicap tournament. This must have been the last tournament they had before it shut down for good. And you can see straight through the ceiling. It's so quiet in here, it's crazy. But see what I mean by this flooring? Like it's the bowling pins with this like cool little pattern. We have another section of bowling balls here. A lot of them are even broken, like the one we saw a minute ago. Maybe they've just been sitting here so long. Oh, look at this. A ride for wishes. Looks like a motorcycle meet was held here. They're not that old, but some of these motorcycles look really sick. It's a nice trike right there. Even a car meet. Like, look at that Mustang. GT 350. That is nice. I don't know a lot about motorcycles. I do know some about cars. My grandfather was a car salesman back in the day, and seeing cars like that just blows my mind. I actually cried over one car one time when I was younger. It was actually a Mustang too, just like that, cherry red. I also cried over a slug bug that was black with green flames too. So, just so you know. But I'm absolutely blown away by this place. And a big thank you to Jeff again for letting us explore this. But right now I'm entering this area right here, which was probably more of the game room with the pool table, the arcade machines, things like that would have been in this area back here. It's a little more secluded. And then we're going to go take a look at the lanes and then go to the back and see what people normally don't see in these places. They don't see what actually goes on behind the pins and what makes everything work. But right here, like I said, would have been more of the game room where they would have had pool tables, seating areas, arcade machines, different things to have fun other than just bowling. That's one thing about bowling alleys that I love so much is you have options. If you're tired of bowling but you still want to hang out in a cool place with a good vibe, you can come right in here, play some pool with some friends, eat a hot dog, something like that. Play some arcade games. Or if you have kids, they can come back over here when they're tired of bowling and you can continue having fun with your spouse or by yourself. We come right here and there's a bunch of dates. I wonder what this is. Men's League, All-Star Triangle Lanes, 12 flat balls. So I wonder if this was like their, oh, this is the team standings. Okay. So this is like team bowling and it shows you their scores and everything like that. I think a 300 is the highest score you can get in bowling, but this shows all of the months. And these must have been different events. Guys and gals, Harry's Kids, Coffee Cuppers. Maybe this was teams. Summer League 2007. Oh, look at this. This is Bowlers of the Month. Wow. Some people are really good at bowling. Personally, I suck at bowling. We have the Honor Roll men. There's no more names up there though. Maybe they took them down. Maybe they wrote it with like a dry erase or something. High team game. 1082. 1068. So this is your pro bowlers. 1971, 1972, 73. Pro, and then we got AM right here. These people must have been very good. Nothing but 300s. And then just right in front of me, there would have been some sort of seating right here for people to sit down, take their shoes off, put their bowling shoes on, and then get going. And there might have been a machine right here in the middle where you can set the names, things like that. That's why I think there were TVs maybe hanging up here. And these are just all the sponsors. This is cool. Bowling pins would come straight down this thing, right in here. Get set, and you bowl away. Whew. All the lanes are still here. It's so quiet. Normally these places are lively, jumping with music, kids playing everywhere. And right now we are in a completely deserted, very apocalyptic feeling bowling alley. Greater Bowling Association. All-Star Lanes. So it has all these names of these all-stars here. They were very good at bowling. So this was the men and this was the women's side from 96 and 97. The honor roll. So much history left in this place, man. So we do have 9 lanes here. 9 of these things at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have like 20 lanes. Now one thing about bowling alleys too, most people know, you're not supposed to wear your shoes on this floor to prevent from scuffing, which is what I assume. As you're going, you don't want to have any type of error when you're rolling. And another thing is you're not supposed to step on the lane, which of course this has been abandoned for a long time, so it's not going to have the oils on it for me to slip. How many of you ever wanted to walk down a bowling lane? I can say I've probably slipped on a couple bowling lanes before in my life. Walking down this one and not slipping feels kind of good. But now we are at the end of this part, so we're actually going to go to the back and see how everything works back here. And it's quite amazing. A lot to it. So we're actually going to step right over here and we can walk straight back to the back. See all the pins. We have this opening straight back here. So here's where it gets more industrial-like. So this is all the mechanisms that you would have for for the bowling pins to set, pick up, and everything like that. And even for the bowling balls to go back to the things. So you have all of your components right here. Some bowling pins are actually still up in this thing, and they would sit down, pick up the bowling pins, set them back in perfect order every single time. And the conveyor belt for the bowling balls would go right through there. See the hole? Perfectly made for a bowling ball. And it would shoot through these things right here. Go all the way up to where you can get your bowling ball back. Now, I'm just as new to seeing this stuff as you guys are. I am not a professional bowler whatsoever. Seeing this stuff is pretty cool because for me, I've always wondered, what is it like back here? And now I get to see it firsthand. That is so cool. There's so many of them, and a lot of them still, like I said, have the bowling pins in them. See that? But even back here, it kind of feels like a workshop towards the wall. We have random tools. These are pieces and parts to fix any malfunctions that happen here. All these little pieces of tools, all these more components for the mechanisms here. And obviously just a bunch of miscellaneous shoes, other tools. Walk into this room back here. This is actually a TV. I don't know why it's sitting back here, but this is one of those old style big box TVs. I used to have them when I was growing up. And then right here to my side, we have boxes and boxes and boxes full of pins, and I'm actually gonna pick a pin up myself. Look at that. I'm holding a real bowling pin. If you ever wondered, they're not that heavy, probably about 2 to 3 pounds, not very heavy, but there's just boxes and boxes of them back here, as well as cleaning supplies, a big room, more bowling balls. I mean, they are just scattered everywhere. This is the AC unit. I mean, we're really back here. This is behind the scenes of bowling. Now, my condolences do go out to the family members of the victims that lost their lives that day. If any family members are still alive, I'm sending my condolences to you. I know what it's like not to have something tragic like that happen, but to lose a family member. My grandfather passed away about 3 weeks ago, and it's been a rough time. I can only imagine losing them to something that they were standing up for, and they had every right to stand up for what they believed in. And I think it's wrong that those police officers did what they did that day. Kids just wanted to bowl and have fun like they should. That's what it's all about. I'm glad that this place is getting a second chance at life. Nonprofit organizations have been working night and day to get this place where they want it again, and I think things are going to be starting very soon for this place. I'm very happy to hear that. Guys, that is the bowling alley. Obviously, there is more stuff back here, but it's kind of all just the same. It's the mechanisms, it's the pins, all that. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Again, think of those people that died in 1968 and pray for them today. And guys, be nice to everybody. We're all equal, and we should all be able to just live this life and have fun, and maybe even bowl together. You know what I mean? Thank you to Jeff again, and thank you to Moreno for joining along on this trip. And we're going to get out of this bowling alley. We're going to shoot some more footage and photos. If you want to see any photos, check out my Instagram, check out Mo's Instagram. Thank you to the Patreon supporters. I will list you guys right here. You guys mean so much. If anybody wants to join Patreon, it really helps me fund these trips. And yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a like, and BigBankz out.